Alright, we are live. And I'm on time for once. I originally had the stream scheduled for 9 p.m. EST, but I did it an hour earlier because I thought I was working out today, but I wasn't. Anyway, today we'll be doing Pokemon Black with Jellicent. And since this is Pokemon Black week, we're doing Jellicent today, and then Friday will be a video on Chandelure. Fun fact, the video is actually going to be Coffee instead, but after seeing its moveset, I changed my mind. Not before attempting it for an hour, though. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, you may notice some overlay changes. Yeah, it's Mrs. Pringles today. But anyway, I'm sure you see some changes with the overlay. I'm not sure I've showed these off on stream yet, but I now have Pokebyte support for Gen 5, and I'm actually playing this with Super Shucky, which only just now recently supported DS titles, so I can actually run this at a clean 240 frames. If not, then around 220 plus. It runs so much smoother than before, and I have adjusted my leaderboard times to account for the better emulator. But yeah, I have Pokebyte on the left-hand side. You see below me I have the moves, held items, stats, all that fun stuff. And you may notice something missing. If you look on the right-hand side, you still see the level up TM and HM set. You may be wondering, why is that still there? Why can't I see the opponent's stats? Well, the problem is, this game is really weird with how it handles the internal battle structure. I'm gonna not sound like a nerd here, but basically, if I'm facing a team with more than one Pokemon, whenever a new one gets sent out, it does not get updated. It still shows the first Pokemon. My only way around this would be to show the entire team, kind of like how Scott's overlay does. I don't like doing that because I feel like that's too much information overload, in my opinion. I like the one-on-one with my overlay, my Pokemon versus the opponents. So since I can't really get that to work, I've gotten rid of that part of the overlay. So that way I can still have the TM and HM set on it. I did have to remove the game time because it glitched out a lot. So we're just not going to see it. But everything else is still fine. I did do the Chandelure run already with this overlay, and I'm quite satisfied with it. I just don't want to go back to using PokeLink because that would require me to go back to BizHawk, and I don't want to do that. Right now, BizHawk is only being used for the 3DS games. Generation 6 and the generation right afterwards. Sun and Moon. Those ones I use BizHawk with PokeLink. But anyway, hope you all had time to look over the stats and the move pool. N1, I think you left a comment on some of your suggestions for this run. I haven't done any routing, but I am going to go back and read your comment so we can get some ideas. Let's see. Here we are. Also, just before I went live, I did make a post that the channel has actually just hit 2,400 subs. So I just made a quick little thank you post. Okay, let's see what you said. Let's see. I think I can help considering I've played at least 30 black solo runs. Jellicent, nature should be modest because we don't need a physical move pool and we need our boost to special attack in any way. Either Curse Body or Water Absorb works. Oh, I forgot to update the overlay. We are running modest, but our ability is actually going to be Cursed Body, which is not our hidden ability, because its hidden ability is Damp, and that's kind of garbage. Damp is not good. It just prevents exploding moves from working. The other ability is Water Absorb, which there's really not a major water user in this game that you have to worry about. So I just went Cursed Body. Basically, if the opponent hits me with, I don't think it's a contact move, I think it's any move in general, it has a 1 in 3 chance of disabling it. Let's see. Sharon's Lillipup gets Bite and Bubble is pathetic, so it's better to train a bit on Route 2 so we can get Bubble Beam at level 13. At least we're in the medium fast group. Lenore is tricky because Jellicent doesn't outspeed or even speed tie Watchog until level 22. Berg needs 28, so Ominous Wind becomes a reliable 2-shot. Elisa can be trivialized thanks to Recover, Mystic Water, and Omniboost. Play is easy. Skyla, Price, and Drayden easy. We want Blizzard and a lot of calciums. By the time we face end, we should be around level 72, so pick up the candies. Okay, so that's... what I'm basically seeing is do a lot of training early game. What about all the Pokemon that have both Scrappy and Explosion? What? Yeah, you want Pokemon to explode. Yeah, right, because we're Ghost type. True, I didn't think about that till now. But anyway, our nature is modest, extra special attack, less attack, hidden power is dark, which means we're not using it. And on the right side, it does look a little awkward that I squished the level up and TM set together, but I think for Gen 5, it's not that big a deal because I've noticed the TM movesets aren't as huge in Gen 5 as they are in other games. So it shouldn't look that bad, but if it does get to the point where it looks bad, I'll delete some random moves that you wouldn't even think to look for, like Frustration. Anyway, let's get started. I also got Returns Effective Power right above me. Alright, I better set an over-under. Yeah, thank you for leaving that comment, N1. Alright, so if we take a quick look at our leaderboard here. First place Rushram with a time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 54 seconds. All of these times have been adjusted, assuming that these were played on my new Super Shucky emulator. Yeah, I still need to re-rank Landorus at some point. But anyway, I think this will rank somewhere in the middle. Like, Seismitoad right here is a 116, but Seismitoad's actually really good. And if I recall correctly, it's in the medium slow group. This thing is not. And ghost types are not that great in future games. So I think it's going to be placed a little lower. I think Cobalion levels of good. I don't know. Cobalion was pretty great. Honestly, I might have to rank it with like Tornadus. I think over under 130. A Volcarona's right here. 128.07. Yeah, I'm thinking 128 to 130. I don't see this thing getting anywhere close to Seismitoad. But yeah, I'm not sure it'll be too necessary to, like, plan for, like, N Zekrom, because our stats are okay. This thing is more of a special defense slow tank. Our physical attack and special attack are not the best. I mean, we can just use Blizzard for Getsus, or not Getsus, for Zekrom, so I don't think it'll be that bad. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1... go. No Raichu. We're not playing Raichu today, unfortunately. Or I guess fortunately, Raichu would be so bad in this game. You know, it's a good thing we get Nightshade. Oh, fun fact, since we're Ghost type, these rival teams cannot hit us right now, and Charon actually has some unused text if you did the fight with no damage. Yeah, he has unused text. The reason it's unused is because Bianca and Charon's they have a very weird thing with their AI. On the very first turn, they will always go for Tackle. So that's reason in vanilla, without using a randomizer, it's impossible to see that text. Oh, Raichu and Waitu. Yeah, that run sucked when I played it the first time. The re-rank did it a lot better because I did not know about Signal Beam from the move tutor. I hate how it flashes from spring, summer to fall to winter, but I don't really know a good way of fixing that. Besides, it's like a second. It's not a big deal. I mean, a wild encounter could easily be longer than that. What's the difference between Raichu's 2 Megas? Mega X's are physical attackers. Mega Y's are special attackers. Look at Charizard, Mewtwo, and Raichu. The X's and the Y's. X's are physical, Y's are special. I actually found that out recently. And I don't know what sort of ability Mega Raichu X is going to get in Pokemon Champions, but apparently in Legends ZA, if a Mega Raichu X uses Volt Tackle, it gets an attack boost, which is weird. It's not just Charizard X and Y. Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y are the same way. X is physical, Y is special, Z's are speed. Out of the 3 known Mega Z Pokemon, Lucario, Absol, and Garchomp, all of them have the same 151 speed. And they're all glass cannons, too. Yeah, N1. It was actually Axew who told me that. Yeah, this emulator runs so much better. No, I don't think that's how it works, Dominic. Well, I scheduled the stream for later, assuming we would, because the days I kind of go work out are a bit inconsistent. Because I go with a friend. I'll be going tomorrow, but not today. At least Nightshade's useful for the Purloin, because Bubble at this point is so bad. It's a guy friend, you numbnuts. The guy I've known since middle school. Weirdo. You know, I actually don't mind the early encounters here because I'm gonna need Bubble Beam as soon as possible. Because even though the first gym leader is Chili, which, yeah, that's fair, but at the same time, Stab Bubble is super effective is only 60 power, and I'd have to use Bubble on the Lillipup, and the Lillipup has Bite. So I'm definitely gonna want it. Why is the emulator running slow? I swore it's supposed to run faster than this. Maybe when I did the testing earlier, I think it's the fact that I'm streaming with OBS. That's probably it. Actually, I should see what this thing's frame rate is. But the window bar is too big. Status bar. Okay. So right now, it's actually running at 200 to 220. I mean, granted, that is still better than how BizHawk ran it. That is still better. But yeah, I think it's OBS doing it. But yeah, that's still better than BizHawk. I guess, but then again, I didn't notice this when recording Chandelure. Maybe I need to edit my stream settings or something. Like, maybe I can get my stream setting to use a different CPU or something. Okay, I'll get rid of that status bar. Yeah, either way, it's still better than BizHawk, so I'll take what I can get. Oh yeah, these Lillipups can hit me because if it's level 5 or higher, it gets Odor Sleuth. Shedinja, I believe so. I know J-Rose 11 did a run. Dang it. Yeah, J-Rose 11 did a solo run with Shedinja in Black and White. In Black, you actually have to use a glitch to get rid of the Sandstorm on Route 4. You save on the route, close the game, change the date, load back in, and the Sandstorm's gone. So weird. In Black 2 and White 2, it's impossible on White 2 because they fixed the glitch. You'd have to do it in Black 2, and even then, I'm not sure it's beatable. Yeah, I know, everything gets bite. Question is, will I get level 13? No, I will not. Smash, you literally do not want to. You actually do not. The thing needs to grind down to struggle just to blackout train on one Pokemon at a time. It literally takes you like 2.5 minutes to knock out one Pokemon. And you gotta train to like level 20 or something. It's legitimately just as bad as Gen 3 Latios. Like, Cofagrigus was gonna be my original video for this week, but I changed it. Like, it was too bad even for me. Okay, we'll give this fight a try. Remember, Purloin's a 20% chance, so it's just awful. Yep, didn't think so. You know, theoretically, I could have curse-bodied Bite. You know what? I don't think his Lillipup has Odor Sleuth. I don't think it does. Nice. No longer disabled. Okay. Oh, perfect. Hey, Alex. That was perfect. Well, John, it's not the stats. Look at the moves. Yeah, I will say, though, getting a win against Chili just because of Cursed Body is actually pretty good. It's actually a pretty decent strat. It's definitely something I didn't think about. Who's the run killer? Lenora, Berg, and Elisa. I mean, to be fair with Lenora, like, I'm just gonna end up blacking out if I lose anyway. Okay, Grimsley, absolutely not. Okay. Yeah, I guess Elisa won't be that bad. Hopefully I remember to sell that. Water spout's too high of a level? Yeah, level 69 is going to be way too unreasonable. Unless I need it for Energetsus. Yeah, Surf is just a more consistent move, plus you get it early. John, what game are you looking at? I'm talking about this game specifically. Black 1. Alright, tell me what its moveset is. I level up. I want you to figure it out. Like, figure out why it's so bad in this game. Like, so bad, no reasonable person should play it. Yeah, think of the trainers that are at the start. There's a lot of people with Bite. There's a bunch of Dark types. The first gym leader has a Lillipup with Bite. And Nightshade and Hex and Astonish cannot hit him. And you can't rely on Struggle because of how the recoil damage works. You have to get to level 21 to beat the first gym. And here's the thing. How are you going to train, though? You'll have to train on Purloin, which are a 20% encounter. Unless you choose to get to Struggle and then Blackout train on the gym leader's Lillipup. But every time you do that, you're going to have to re-drain your power points to 0. No, John, this is way worse than what you had to go through. Don't say Struggle because you won't have enough damage. Or HP. Alright, now I just need a Woobat. Dude, give me the Woobat, dang it. Yep, we're all nerds here. There we go. Ooh, level 10. Nice. I mean, you can struggle just the Lillipup. It's called you drain your power points. You'd have to drain your Astonishes and your Hexes. All of that stuff. They're actually, the Roggenrola and Woobat are each 50%. You may be thinking, why not just fight those trainers? Those trainers do not give good yields. The trainers by Pinwheel Forest are far better. John, you had to get to level 22, but what wild Pokemon did you fight? That's the huge difference. What did you fight? Ghastly? There's no option to fight Ghastly in this. None. Mystic Water. Like, you'd have to, in this game, you would have to train to level 21 using only Struggle on wild normal types. Got the luckiest Jupiter fight ever on your first attempt. That is why, to this day, I still have never replayed Mismagius. I did it once, I'm never doing it again. Like, it wasn't the Jupiter luck, it was the luck at Rourke. I went at Rourke at a higher level. And when I went there at the higher level, it took me like 25 more resets to win. Alright, Homer. Yeah, we're just gonna fight everybody here. I would not want to play Shuckle. I mean, I may as well just, may as well kill the wild Pokemon. Don't even bother using Repels. Okay, yeah, John, you had to fight, like, Ghastlies and Meowths, but at least you are very likely to find them. Like, how bad would the training have been for you if all of the Pokemon that you could attack were a 20% spawn chance? Not like 50%. There's one, it's Purloin, but it's a 20% spawn. All the other 80% spawns are normal types. That's why it's 100 times worse than what you had to do. I played Dusknoir and Omega Ruby. Dusknoir is incredibly overpowered. A Trad is the normal type. I mean, at least Ghost type is, I wouldn't say defensively good. It's defensively good and bad. You're immune to all the normal attacks, but there's a lot of dark moves. I mean, in Omega Ruby, you get access to the move relearner before the 4th gym. Alright, let's see how many blackouts this takes. Honestly, it might be worth purposefully losing. Curse body. Well then. I think she did miss hypnosis. Yeah, first try. She used Leer, then you got the 30% speed drop. Oh, is that what that was? Oh. I think he's talking about the totems. Alright, since I'm gonna want all the candies and the training anyway, I'm just gonna fight these people. And, you know how I've been saying, like, Yam Mask is pretty bad? Muna is straight up even worse. Oh my god. Die. I was trying to save power points. Water Pulse? I mean, it's worse than Bubble Beam, but better than Absorb. I've used Island Scan before. I used it to get the starters. How would the island scans make it easier? Yeah, this still does not run at a clean 240. Like, on average, like, 220 to 235. But, like I mentioned, it's still way better than how BizHawk ran, so I'll allow it. It's still overall better. Oh, fight the starters for SOS training. Oh, wait. Do they? I don't even think they have good call rates. I would not buy that, Dominic. That's most likely fake. Call rate of 9. How would that make training easier? Alright, so right now we're at level 23. My friendship just went up going over the bridge. But yeah, we're going to want to do the battle company because N1 suggests getting level 28 for Ominous Wind. And I think that's a good idea. I mean, why 27 specifically? Oh, 27's Ominous Wind, not 28. I mean, depending on how much experience the battle company gives, we might end up going to pay Fisherman Andrew a visit. The stadium fights are unreliable. It's probably helpful for damage rounding, but I won't purposefully go for it. Oh, you know what? I might actually talk to everyone here, because the ones that give you pokeballs and the scope lens, I can sell those for money. Oh my god, dude. Dude, this thing keeps healing itself. Wow, she almost killed me. Oh yeah, these things do have bite, but not gonna do too much damage. And I love Curse Body. So nice when I can use it for a change. I did not know there was a Hyper Potion there. Yeah, Golduck should have been a Psychic type, I agree. Dude, I did not realize that guy gave you 4 grand. At least the XP share also sells for good money. Alright. Oh, update on ZA. I've finally finished my living dex, not once but twice. And the reason I say not once but twice, I actually completed it, and then later I was doing some ranked battles in my Discord server with Axu, and I wanted to use a Porygon Z, so I looked up where to get Tri-Attack, and I'm like, where do I get it? But you have to do a side quest where you have to trade a guy a Porygon for a Porygon. So I traded him my Porygon that was a part of my living dex, and the one he gave me evolved into a Porygon 2, which I already had. So I had to spend about an hour yesterday and today just finding another Porygon portal and getting another one. That annoyed the hell out of me. Yeah, I think I would go visit the fisherman too. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna get... I mean, I can get level 27 in there pretty easily. I didn't not know Charon was here early. Huh. Alright, here's Andrew. Oh, I'm gonna save the candies. I'm not using them. Ominous Wind. So long, Nightshade. Did I just get an Omni Boost? Oh my god, dude. I just destroyed Hubert here. I wish they did keep the Versus Seeker, yeah. Alright, there we go. Yeah, the mic's closer. I hate this gym. What's your favorite gym puzzle in this generation? If we're counting the sequels, I'd say my favorite. Elisa is definitely up there from Black 2 and White 2. It's not really a puzzle, but it's just a really cool gym design. I mean, Berg's in Black 2 White 2 is pretty awesome. Alright, I'm gonna save here. Oh no, Pursuit. Oh yeah, Black and White 1 Elisa is pretty good too. Both her gyms are really good. Wow, that looked like an actual two-shot. I think level 28 actually mattered. Is Iris a hard champion? She can be, yeah. She has really good team variety. Her Haxorus, though, usually likes to waste a turn with Dragon Dance, but I'd say for a casual run, she is pretty challenging, yes. Oh no, not Intimidate. Iris versus Cynthia? Honestly, I would kind of have to say... I don't know, I kind of have to say Iris. I think she's got far better Pokemon. Cynthia's Spiritomb really holds her back. The Spiritomb is not that good. Lies. Oh, that was lucky. I don't even try to skip him. I just walk past him to see if I can avoid him. Save me. You know, fun fact, when you actually rescue this guy, it's only at this moment you can actually leave Pokemon at the daycare. They probably waited till this point to let you do it, because they probably didn't want you to have the ability to lay eggs that early in the game. It's Hydreigon. Alright, we're not going to bother getting Return, because that move is garbage for this run, for this Pokemon. Yeah, Charon being a normal gym leader is good. I remember Scott was asking Shadow and me if it was necessary to do Black 2 and White 2 in Challenge Mode. And I play Challenge Mode, but I did tell him it's not really necessary. I just do it because it just adds a little bit of difference between Black and White 1 and Black 2 and White 2. It's like, you don't have to do it. He's a normal guy. Dude, the higher speed makes it almost impossible to catch this train on the first trip. My speed is 56. I don't even outspeed the Emolgas. To be fair, our special defense is really good. I still have no special defense EVs. Man, you can really see our EV spread. Rhine. Better than Water Pulse. Dude, game is so fast. John, I'm a little tired of just hearing the argument from people, oh, it's easier because higher levels mean more XP. When you actually play it, it does not feel that way. It actually doesn't. I still truly believe it is harder, because I've actually experienced it. Like, depending on the Pokemon you're playing with, some fights are really hard to plan for. Like, if you're weak to fire, for example, almost nothing is going to outspeed that Chandelure with a Choice Scarf. Kinda wonder if I should have gotten the Quick Claw. Honestly, better yet, I should have been aiming for Omniboost. Oh, right, I recover. I'm stupid. No, we don't need scope lens. There we go. Omniboost. Question is it enough? It is. There we go. Second try. Not bad. I said it could be argued. Yeah, it could be argued, yeah, but there's just some people who come to the straight conclusion that, like, all they look at is, one, the higher XP, and two, most of the trainers still have the regular stats, even though the level's higher. They did that to save space in the game, because 90% of the trainers will use the same team, so it just changes the raw level. Is stream lagging? It is lagging, actually. Yeah, I don't know why I'm dropping frames. It'll fix itself. Oh my god. There we go. Yeah, hopefully it stops dropping soon. Dude, I don't get it. It says I'm at 6,200 kilobits, but it went from like 1 to 4 bars for no reason. But yeah, what I was saying is it could be argued, but at the same time, like when people say like, oh, all they did was change the level, therefore it's easier. Here's what people don't realize. Higher level does actually affect your damage output, because damage calculators do take into account your level. And while that does add extra experience, that kind of whole like level and stat interaction thing with challenge mode does not apply to the gym leaders, the Elite Four, or the champion, because they are the only ones with unique custom teams. I will say though, Berg in challenge mode is an actual nightmare. Okay, maybe not Berg. I was gonna say it's because of his Dwebble as sturdy, but it has sturdy in normal mode anyway. What's like the one gym leader I'd say is very hard in challenge mode? Probably Skyla, because Skyla's challenge mode team has a Sigalith on it. He has Dragon Rage. Okay, they wouldn't make a move that broken in the early game. Alright, this thing does learn Scald, so let's go ahead and get it. Honestly, it's probably not worth... I mean, yeah, Skyla is just better in those newer games just because of the Skarmory, but the Sigalith is also pretty good if you have a Psychic problem. Hey, Santia. But yeah, the Elite Four, all of them are definitely harder in challenge mode. Plus, like, all of them have good held items. It's mainly the Elite Four and Champion where you'll see the massive difference. But I will say, Lucky Egg combined with challenge mode is definitely pretty busted. But to be fair, it's not really... I don't think it would make too much of a difference, though, because most of the fights only get boosted by, like, 1 level. But the ones in the late game get boosted by up to 4, depending on the opponent. So you can definitely get a few extra levels in challenge mode for sure. But the thing is, even if you were to... I don't know, I'm just not a whole fan of banning Lucky Egg in general. How do you get a Lucky Egg, Black 2, White 2? Professor Juniper gives it to you in the Celestial Tower. Cheater egg. I know I'm a cheater. Cheater, pumpkin eater. But to be fair, out of all the games I do, the only games where I can actually use the Lucky Egg is Black and White, Black 2, White 2, and X and Y. Every other game, either it doesn't exist, or it's unobtainable. Hey, Shadow. Yeah, this Pokemon ended up being good so far. I did listen to some advice for N1 from N1. He suggested training to Bubble Beam before the first gym, and that ended up being a good idea. Also, Cursed Body is so good for making the opponent stop using Bite. It is so good for that. Okay, let's see. Oh, Shadow, I don't know if I ever showed you this yet, but this is my Pokebite overlay for it. I did have to make some sacrifices, though, compared to my other games. Like, I don't have the opponent's stats showing. Just because it looks really awful in this. Just because the opponent's active Pokemon doesn't change in RAM. Unlike the other games. Yeah, Bubble is awful, even with a Jellicent. Alright, I know you could withdraw your HM users at this point, but I'm actually not going to do that. I've seen Scott... Oh, right, Scald. I've seen Scott actually withdraw his Pokemon right here. I actually don't think that's a good idea. You want to wait till Mistralton, because if you die to this Bianca fight, she can be difficult for some Pokemon. You may as well not have your HM users. I do agree with you on that, Shadow, yeah. This is a direct copy and paste of the Gen 4 overlay. I mean, to be fair, if I got rid of it, what else would I put there? If you can think of something better, I'll put it there. Oh my god. Like, if you can think of something better... I mean, trust me, I would like to get rid of it, because my Fire Red Leaf Green overlay doesn't have it on there. Because it's effectively unobtainable in those games. I mean, I have money, ability, and nature. I'm just not sure what to put there. I almost used Dominus Wind on that thing. Oh my... Dude, the bike is too fast. I want that elixir. Smash Math, it gets Hydro Pump. I don't want to hear you complain. That was some awful biking. I really should not use the bike on that route. Okay. I'm gonna heal in this house, actually. That is not the heal girl. It's better to just take a reset. One less PC trip saves time with the slow-ass transition. I don't know. Hey, Shadow, you may want to look away for this. Alright, let's see if I can avoid this guy. Nice. You can actually plan when to push that floating rock so the guy doesn't see you. Because NPCs don't see you during cutscenes like that. Alright. I'm also going to get all the high money items I can because N1 also did suggest save a bunch of money for calciums in Blizzard. Oh, Shadow, I do have one idea. Would it be entirely possible to just buy extra repels in Striaton City, so that way you can skip the center in Driftvale entirely, and just do your withdrawing and max repel buying in Mistralton instead of Driftvale? I don't know, Shadow. I've learned to fear that Bianca fight. I fear the final Bianca fight too. I think on average, Bianca tends to be the harder rival in this game than Sharon. Plus, the other difference with Bianca and Sharon, for those who don't know, Bianca uses potions, Sharon does not. So she will spam hyper potions, which can make her more difficult. Alright, I am going to want the candy. Let's see. There we go. That wasn't too bad. I still cannot stand how it moves items to the top. I know Shadow says he prefers it that way, but I just can't see him on that. It just throws me off because this is the only mainline Pokemon game that puts brand new items up top. No other game does this. Well, no, not super repels. What I was thinking is you just buy extra regular repels in Striaton City. And then those regular repels will last you until Mistralton, where you can buy max repels and withdraw your HM users. Oh, okay. So that's actually an interesting idea, actually. Just get the super repels instead. I mean, it is extra menuing time, but if you truly think about it... how many extra repels even is that? Like, 3 or 4? Yeah, I always forget to sell the ball mushroom the first time. I don't know why. I always forget to sell it the first time. Like, I have to backtrack, but that's fine. I have to fly back to Nimbasa anyway. 1 extra repel? Okay, in that case, are we really going to throw a fit over 1 super repel? That might just be a better idea. Since you're going there to get return, since you're going there to get return anyway, you could just get return and pick up, like, 25 super repels. And then you can just withdraw your HM users in Mistralton. And then you can just completely skip Driftfell. That does save you 1 center trip. It would actually kind of help you save money, too. It wouldn't be worth it for regular pals. That's way too much wasted time with good movement. You can probably make through Route 6 Chargestone Cave with 3 or 4 if you're going for the basement. Yeah, I think buying the Super Pels in Nimbasa might be the play. Maybe. Dude, menuing is hard. I mean, Shadow, you don't have to do it. I mean, you can try it if you want. Like, maybe instead of buying, like, 21 Max Repels, you just buy 21 Super Potions. Or Super Repels. It would actually help you save money, though. I don't know if I mentioned that. I probably already did. How much extra money would that save you? Super Repels are, what, 500? And Max Repels are, like, 750? It might let you save enough money for an extra vitamin. Potentially. Or buying Blizzard. It saves for... Okay, so not for a... It saves you enough for half a vitamin. Thing is, though, if you're afraid of the Bianca fight, you want to black out, you'll have... Okay, so I guess for average Pokemon then, if you do the Super Repel strat, you'll have to save before her. But if there's a run where you want to black out, then yeah. The only reason I do the blackouts to her is because I enter that center anyway to buy Max Repels. But if we moved the Repels somewhere else, that just means we would just have to level up. We would just have to save. Okay, that was actually a little annoying because I ran out of moves. This run's going pretty dang good so far. I like how most of the NPCs that heal you don't talk to you. It's so nice. Alright, I better save. I am a little worried about that Simi-Sage. Isn't Hex 65 power? So it doesn't really save a PC trip anyway. You're just going to do the same thing. I don't know. I feel like the Drift by the pickup is fine. It might be. I'm just what's that word? Speaking thoughts out loud. It's 50 in Gen 5. Gross. Thanks for saying that, because I swore Hex was 65 power. Ah, burn, get wrecked. Oh, we have Surf now. I better teach that. Isn't Struggle Bug like 20 base power in this game? You know, funnily enough, Shadow, I remember when I was playing Volbeat and Illumise in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Struggle Bug for Volbeat specifically, or it might have been Illumise, I can't remember. For one of them, it ended up being extremely good, because I was able to use it on Flannery to make Overheat do less damage. Oh, Shadow, Axia was making a money-making guide for buying Blizzard in this game. And not like Blizzard, vitamins, stuff like that. Check this out. There's a nugget up here. Winter only. Where the heck did I get 3 nuggets? Oh, right, I just picked it up. Alright, hello, Blizzard. Yeah, I probably don't need Substitute, no. I just got it just in case. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to do Water Spout strats. My planned moveset's going to involve Surf and Blizzard. Probably Ominous Wind. And I hope I'm not coming down with some... another nugget in Twist Mountain. I don't know where that is. Is it somewhere... I need it for Zekrom. Unless you have another way of beating Zekrom. In the Excadrill room? I don't know where that is. You play the bad game. Dude, there is no way you like one version over the other. I know you're just joking. I'm guessing Reshiram, you just hit it with a Water Spout. I'm still gonna save here, just because I don't think I'm gonna one-shot Swag Bear. Yeah, use Reflect. Great idea. Okay, yeah, so Bryson was a little... it was a little eventful. Frost Breath. We don't learn that move. Yeah, I know Shadow does what's easier. I know he does that. There is actually a new series that I'm going to start doing next week, where I actually will be changing versions. I don't know if I've announced it on the channel yet, but if I haven't, I'll just announce it now. Starting next week, it's going to be a once-a-week live stream series. I'm going to be defeating the Team Rainbow Rocket from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon using the gym leaders from the Pokemon World Tournament. So our very first run's going to be with Brock's team. And I will be switching between Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I'm going to take advantage when I get them. Yeah, I know that. You know, I don't mind you calling yourself a speedrunner, Shadow, because I've seen your speedrun.com leaderboard. You have quite a lot of runs submitted. Like, I just can't stand when people who've never submitted a run to an actual leaderboard call themselves a speedrunner just because they play the game fast. Like, that's not what it is. Like, you can run laps around your local school track. Does that make you an athlete? No. This game is too fast for me. Hey, Shadow. Trait. I have 2 runs submitted in Kirby. I should do more, though. I mean, that's still more than some people. I just can't stand when some people in Scott's Discord server call themselves speedrunners just because they do solo runs with a self-imposed rule set with modified versions of the game and hacked overlay software. And the fact they call themselves that really it offends the crap out of me. I've mentioned the story many times. So I don't want to get into it again. On a game that isn't speedrun yet, you know there are 2 games where I've actually done speedruns for games that didn't have runs yet. Monster Lab and that Dora game. I submitted the first ever speedruns for those. I had to get the leaderboards approved by the website mods. Water Spout, go Burr. I might just have Water Spout on the moveset. It's not like I have much room for anything else. Alright, so I'm gonna need all of the candies. Oh my god, I forgot strength again. You know, when I had to start learning how to do black and white solo runs for the first time a few years back, I actually had to look up on Google where strength was, because I could not remember. Sell the mushroom. Alright, I'm gonna go get the Route 16 candy first. Dang it. I swore I had a rappel up. You know, I really do appreciate whenever you fly around in this game, the cursor actually locks onto the town. It's so handy on higher speeds. Alright, now to get Anvil. Nice, I avoided the guy. And that guy, too. Whoops. I think at the end of my series, I'm considering doing another full remake using the anti-spinner patch. You mean, like, with whatever's first place on your leaderboard? I mean, you don't need to do that. That's the cheating patch. You don't need to do that. I mean, you already don't use the lucky egg. Why go down another rabbit hole? I mean, you never know, Shadow Trade. The game you may end up doing a speedrun of for the first time ever on the whole internet, you might be able to get 9 other people to submit runs to it without even advertising it. Oh, wait, I have. It's that Dora game. The biggest meme I've ever created. Shadow Ball. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need Omniboosts anymore. I mean, I want stuff to have the best run times they can, but I'm not willing to, like, grind out a million attempts, obviously. And I just prefer to do it with the game, like, as close to vanilla as possible. There are very few things I've ever modded out of games. The most major thing I've modded out is the trash can puzzle from the Kanto games, because no one thinks that's fun. It's just why I don't like the hacking out wild encounters or having spinner patches. I just don't like that stuff. This is my opinion. People can play how they want. I'm just going to try not to talk about it too much because I know some people have told me that streams can get too negative if I keep talking about it too much. So I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, the AI switching is surprisingly annoying, yeah. But looking at my over-under, 128 to 130. Do you guys think I'm going to get the under? I see the majority of you say the in-between. Alright, gonna save here, just in case. Oh no, workup. Okay, you are starting to be annoying. Hydro pump? No. Uh-oh, Masharna. You're dead. Alright, so $105,000. I should probably have the money moved over just a little bit. That one is uncomfortably close to that colon. I mean, it's not like touching it or anything, but it is a little close. Eh. Whatever. As long as it's not actively touching it. I don't know, it's a little too... I'll fix it after the stream. Oh my god, I hate these people. Alright, vitamin of the day. Let's see, we need 8? Yeah, 8 of them. I'm sure I could get some vitamins for another stat if I wanted to, but I don't think it'll be necessary. Yeah, having that winter exclusive nugget is pretty interesting. It's pretty good. But I know Shadow suggests, or not suggested, he said that there's another nugget in Twist Mountain. I'm guessing it's, you have to like go through the different cave entrances. Like you have to go the normal way that's not winter. So I mean, in the end, it probably doesn't matter. I mean, if it's obtainable in the winter as well, because I know some of those rooms are blocked off in the winter. If it's still obtainable, you could probably get 4 nuggets. I don't think it matters, though. I think the 3 nuggets is enough. I better go heal at the center. That is way too low. I could theoretically teach Blizzard right now, but I think it's important to have extra coverage with Scald. Oh. Yeah, I think for the Fractures, I'm going to use Shadow Ball. For the Dinos, I'm going to use Surf. I will say, though, I am not the biggest fan of this gym puzzle in Black and White 1. There's like no puzzle to it. You just follow a straight line. And it just takes so long. And none of the trainers are optional, too. They're all mandatory. You may as well just throw all the trainers in your face and say, like, hey, you gotta fight them. The one in Black 2 and White 2 is a bit more interesting because you get to choose who you want to fight. Either the one that's offensive or defensive. Would you rather fight a triple or a rotation battle? It's a bit more interesting. I mean, Hugo right here is kind of the highlight. But I one-shot him. I do think this is the worst Gen 5 gym. I mean, I wouldn't say worst Gen 5 gym. Would I? You know what? Yeah, I would. I would say so. At least Berg's gym, as much as I don't like moving around through those honeycomb walls, at least it's a puzzle. This is not a puzzle. Night Slash. I don't think Shadow cares. The only reason every now and then I'll be like, hey Shadow, I'm glad you're playing the better Gen 5 game. Not because I'm trying to convince him, it's just I know it annoys him. But he just accepts it and he's like, hey, like I said, I think Black and White 1 is better. It's like one of those troll commenters. An hour, 11-minute, 8th gym split. That's nice. I think my over-under prediction might have been pretty accurate. Ouch. That hurt. Hey, I actually found something that resists both of my moves. Hey, I never talked shit, okay? Can I talk shit about how, I'm not a fan of this badge gate? I think this actually pisses Shadow off more than me saying the sequels are better. It's just way too long. Honestly, I think that opinion offends more people than me saying Emerald's overrated. I mean, is it one of the best ones visually? I'd say yes, but good visuals doesn't always mean good. Like, if you're playing this just as a normal player, it takes so long. Like, you may think, like, casual players don't care about how fast something is, they're playing the game casually. No, they do notice. My favorite ones were always the cinematic quick ones. Those have just been my favorite. I will say, though, the Victory Road music in this game is top tier. But I wasn't judging it based on the music. Okay, so if I just hold on to the Lucky Egg, I should be able to get the level I need for Ending Getsus. Hey guys, we found N. N is visiting my stream before I've even fought him in the castle. You need candies before the league, and to use Mystic Water for Marshall and Grimsley. That makes sense. I'll do these two first. There's like 3 actually badge checks. Yeah, not the one in Kanto, but those are just guards. There's the ones in the sequels. There's the one in X and Y. I think that's just it. Yeah, you're right. No, 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 no. Not Grimsley. Just watching what you're doing. Oh yeah, I'm doing a Jellicent solo run in Pokemon Black. We're nearing... Whoa, do not. We're nearing the end of the game. Yeah, you're right. Those are the only ones with badge check gates that actually look cool. I mean, I don't think it's the worst. I think it's better than X and Y's. You hate me so much? Why would I hate you? What? What did I even say that makes you think that? Okay, let's go ahead and use the candies now. Alright, let's equip Mystic Water now. Alright, let's use all our candies to 72. Water Spout. Sure. Now we're Water Spout gaming. And then probably for the end fight, we'll replace Recover with Blizzard. Trying to humiliate me with a Jellicent. Believe me, I've humiliated you with way worse Pokemon. I've done a Black and White solo run with Execute. The literal bundle of eggs from Gen 1. I mean, I didn't say it sucks, though. I just said it's not my favorite just because of how long it takes. I still think the one in the sequels is my favorite. But I do think the one in Black and White 1 is better than the one in X and Y. The one in X and Y is just a bunch of lights light up and the stairs fall down. I mean, Shadow, aren't there some things you dislike from a speedrunning mindset? Like, when you speedrun games for a long time, there's just some things you think of differently because of speed reasons. Like, for example, there are people who hate Gen 7 because of how slow they are. He's too scared to use my beloved. Well, no, Black to White 2, you walk over the badge thing, it scans a little light, the thing pops up, and then there's a giant gate that just collapses down. And it doesn't take a million years. I liked how you typed out all those I's. And those O's. Boring. Alright, we're not... Oop. Yeah, we're not going to need the rare candy. The gravitas. Alright, so here's my question. What do I want to get rid of for Blizzard? Looking back, I don't think this thing needs recover. I don't think deleting water spout's a good idea because it does more damage than surf. I might want to use it for some of the Pokemon on N and Gets' teams. But honestly, I don't think recover is necessary, so I'll delete recover. You know, Shadow, I knew you weren't going to miss this run. Have you played with Jellicent yet? I'm pretty sure you have, right? Oh, teach Blizzard, teach Blizzard. I think I'm going to equip Expert Belt. You're just spamming moves. Spout kills everything except the dragons and the turtle. True. Pretty bad startings of Frillish. I'll bet. When does it evolve? Like the 40s? Alright, come on, Blizzard. Nice. That's not a Clang Clang. Oh, that is a Clang Clang. Level 40. Oh, good God. Man, even at the less than optimal HP, Water Spout still did good. I will say, if I didn't have Shadow Ball, Water Spout would be good for the Coffagrigus. Yeah, when I did Elisa wasn't that bad. I just had to get an Omni Boost with Ominous Wind. Is that what you had to do? Just get an Omni Boost? Okay, that actually survived, so now I'm going to want to use Surf. Uh-oh. Wait, that thing has Water Absorb. Rain Dance. No, 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 no. I almost lost that fight. I almost lost the fight to 2 Blizzard misses in a row. But hey, 123-16, 1 reset, 1 blackout. And the 1 blackout was on Elisa, but I could have just saved and reset. And I think my 1 true reset was Elisa? Not Elisa, no. It was no, it wasn't Berg. Who was it on? It doesn't have water absorb? Oh, I thought it did. Whoops. Was it? Oh yeah, Super Shucky does make these runs go a lot faster for sure. I think this run on BizHawk would be like a 130. Chili, that's what it was. Yeah, reset to Chili, reset, or blackout to Elisa. You know, I swore that Seismitoad had Swift Swim. Alright, what's our game time? 4 hours and 57 minutes. That's kind of why I decided to take the game time off of the overlay for this. Not just because it looks bad with the game flickering, but I time for my Gen 5 runs, I get the in-game time at this screen right here, so having it show the entire run's kind of pointless. Alright, we were level 74, 1 reset, real time 123. Game time of 4:57. Alright, so if we take a look at the leaderboard. Yep, I did not think this was going to be seismic. Okay, I need to get... Hold on, I'm just going to delete this Pokemon from existence. There we go. Yeah, let's see. 15th place overall. It did better than Cobalion. You know what's funny? I originally thought that there's no way this thing would be better than Cobalion. Because Cobalion had access to Double Kick, Swords Dance, Iron Head. It has Poison Touch. You know what? I have another way to confirm this. I actually made my own spreadsheet based on looking in the data. Yeah, it does have Poison Touch. Yeah, I did not think this was going to get better. I mean, I'm sure Cobalion could get a much... I know the run's pretty old, but I did 2 playthroughs, and Cobalion... It just doesn't get the best moveset at the start. It just doesn't. To be fair, though, also, I have 30 runs on my leaderboard here. Like, some of these results are pretty old. Like, for example, this Delcatty run is pretty old. I mean, honestly, maybe out of the 3 Swords of Justice, maybe Cobalion would deserve a re-rank, but of one Pokemon I would really prioritize doing a re-rank for, probably Landorus, because I did that run in white. It's been almost a year since we did those streams, yeah. It might have been, actually. Maybe it was. But yeah, I really need to give a proper run to Landorus, and I want to give Enamorus a re-rank. I still have the ROM, just in case. But we'll do that another day. But anyway, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next Pokemon stream will be on Thursday. We'll be doing Pokemon Black with a random Pokemon. But my next actual stream will be tomorrow, where hopefully I will get a pretty decent PB in Monster Lab for DS. Hope so.